Welcome back, folks, to Midlife Models, and in this episode of Ruined to Refreshed we're going to be doing two for the price of one. So let's have a look what we've got on the turntable, and we'll see what we're going to do with these. Catch you in a few. Okay, so what we've got on the turntable are a couple of Corgi toys from the late 50s, and they were part of a donation. So what we have got is a Corgi Toys Standard Vanguard 3 and a Studebaker Golden Hawk. So as you can see, I've already taken the tyres off this one, drilled out the flanges, put the chassis and drilled out the glass plastic interior. There is some damage on this interior, but you know, for the age of these models, getting the plastic interior at all is quite an achievement. So we're going to be obviously drilling out the rivets on this one. You've seen me do that in a previous video, and we'll stick them in the caustic bath. But what I want to be able to do is to find a way of sectioning off the wheels. I mistakenly left the wheels on the previous model I did, the Jag, and it didn't treat the wheels very well. It really dulled them down, and I had a bit of a job getting them cleaned up. So I'm going to put the caustic soda on with a brush on this one, and if I can't separate the wheels on the Vanguard, I shall find a way of isolating them off as well. So there we go, two for the price of one. And what I will do, I'll move these out of the way. A quick update on another model that I received as a part of an eBay job lot auction, and this has just come back from the paint shop. A Batmobile. This is going to be just an assembly video when I've got all the pieces, so that will come in a future MLM episode. I've got a second one coming, hopefully, to replace some of the parts that are missing on this one. It was cheaper to purchase a second model than it was to buy all the reproduction parts for what's missing. So there we go, a Studebaker and a Vanguard, and we'll catch up with you with the caustic bath. And being as it's Friday, cheers. Okay, before we moved down to the lab for our caustic soda bath. I thought I'd just share this tip, if you want to call it a tip, with regard to these internal plastic windows. These models are so old, you've got to be really careful when you're drilling out the flange of that rivet. Go too far, and you'll crack it. So one of the tools that I've got in the arsenal is one of these handheld chucks. I drilled down as close as I could, and I thought it was coming out, but it wasn't going to do. So I just did the last few turns slowly with an handheld chuck and drill, and the result of that is that the glass piece, or the glass plastic piece, has come out perfectly. Yes, I probably need to now get the Dremel and file that down a bit, but I'm not overly concerned about that. These, to get one of these out in perfect condition is a really good achievement. So yeah, a handheld chuck is worth having. You can get these on eBay. I've got two of these, not the same size. I've got a smaller version as well. So I'm using that one for taps. This one's too bulky for taps, I've found out. I've broken taps using this one. This one forces you to go a little bit slower. So a couple of useful little handheld tools to add to your arsenal when you can afford to do so. It's just something else to add on. So as I say, the next clip will be moving down to the lab, and we'll look at cleaning off these bodies. Let the paint stripper wars continue. Catch you in a few. So here we are in the lab, and our two victims have been put in the caustic tray of doom. If you've watched the previous Ruin to Refreshed, you'll know I have an ongoing complex about paint stripping, whether the caustic soda is the best way to go or the paint stripper is the best way to go. With the 4 taxes that we did, caustic soda was practically useless and we ended up paint stripping. These I'm expecting to clean up with caustic soda pretty well. So as always, we're wearing our mandatory PPE. Our hot water's just boiled. And let's watch the magic happen. Okay, so this is a totally different response to what we got with the Corgi taxes and the Matchbox taxes. You can visibly see the paint coming away. Well, you can see the water changing colour. Got a nice effect of reds and greens in there. So we're going to do the bodies this time. The chassis I'm going to do separately because they're going to take a little bit more preparation. But we'll leave these for 15 minutes or so, and we'll check back once they've come out of the caustic soda. So we'll catch you in a few. Okay, welcome back, folks. We're back from the lab, and the caustic soda bath of doom. And as you can see on these two bodies, you cannot fault the caustic soda. So this just, verifies that various models will react in various ways. What I did with the two bases is I put some insulating tape around the wheels and 3/4 dipped them, and you can see that on this wheel the caustic soda has caught it and taken off some of the polish, so hopefully I can get that back. So my method's going to be now that these two ends, I'm going to put some paint stripper on there and just apply it with a brush, a smallish brush, and just get the rest of this paint off with paint stripper. And if I can get the bodies done in caustic soda, which is a cheap product, and a few paintbrush fulls of paint stripper to finish this off, then I'm fairly happy with that. So there we go, there's the results of our caustic soda treatment, and we'll have a look at these when we've been at them with the wire brush and clean them up. So I'll catch you later. Welcome back to the shed. It's prime time. One of my favourite parts of doing these restorations. So we'll get one of these models primed, and I'll do the other one off camera. Right, there we go. That's the Vanguard primed, and we'll do the Studebaker next. I'll catch you in a few. Okay, so as you can see from the bench, both of our models have now been primed and ready for their first top coat. So I'm going to do the Studebaker first, and I'm going to be using a plastic coat gloss super, and this is a sky bluish kind of colour. We'll see what this looks like. Make sure you get into all the wheel arches, but yeah, I'm happy with that. That looks nice. So we'll put that to one side. And then on the Vanguard, we're going to be going with this, again, plastic coat, but this is pastel green. Now, I've not used this before. And we'll see what this is like. We've got a nasty mark on that. Yeah, I don't like the way this is coming out of this can. Look at that. It's almost spluttering out. Well, that's a bit of a major letdown. Not happy. Not happy with that. Okay, well, that didn't go to plan. That's going to require stripping again. We're starting from scratch. And knowing what I know now, I'm going to change the bloody colour as well. So I'll catch you later. Okay, so turns out, and I should have read it properly, schoolboy error, that this is a water-based paint to be used on furniture and stuff. So, my bad. And we're now going to go for a custom colour, which fortunately, because it was water based, I was just able to run it under some warm water and it saved the primer underneath. So first you don't succeed, try again. And there's the Studebaker. So the intention is to spray the gold onto the fins of the Studebaker. That'll be close to what it was originally. And with the Vanguard, I think we'll go with a white roof to make that a two-tone. There we go, folks. Bit of top coating. And they look like new. Welcome back, folks, and here we are back at the turntable. It's been a couple of days since I shot the last clip, and I've done a bit more work on these two models. As you can see from the Vanguard, the roof has now been sprayed white, and on the Studebaker the roof has been sprayed gold, and I've also done the fins. The chassis have been fitted, and the glass plastic interiors have been put back. So what we've got left to do now is some accents. I'm just waiting to get some chrome paint. Thankfully the shops are going to be open again soon, which will be a relief for all of us, and that'll be this job completed. So there we go, on the turntable, and they're looking pretty much as good as new. Really pleased with how these two turned out, but we'll do a final reveal once all the chroming's been done. Catch you in a few. Welcome back, folks, and as you can see on the turntable, the accents have been added to the Vanguard and the Studebaker. I'm pretty pleased with how these ones have turned out. They caused a few more issues than I was expecting, and masking off the Studebaker for painting was a bit of a nightmare. But worth it in the end, I think. It turned out quite well. So thanks for watching this episode of Ruined to Refreshed, and I'll catch you in the next one.